Y'all not about to play with me like that. Hold up. No.
A man will always be willing to hurt your feelings. He will always be willing to choose himself. Every man is going to choose himself. If you don't like the way you're being treated, leave.
Right.
He's going to put himself first. Put yourself first. Men will always choose themselves.
Dang, she comes
It's
across
so true. It's so
chill.
true.
You're
and
not
even
wrong,
if a man
but
is being good to
chill.
you, and if he's caring for you, he still chose himself first. You're just getting the benefit of that.
I think where he said there's some truth and some exaggeration. It's for me, it's the later half. It's I am willing to put myself first in a way that I have to, because if I'm putting her first or I'm thinking of her before myself, then I'm sacrificing myself. And on the surface, that sounds good. But even when they say in the airplanes, flight, if the air mask, whatever that is that drops down, you have to put yours on first if you have any hope of saving someone else. So that's literally the way that it is. Anytime that I've ever done it the opposite way, where I've been, let's say, head over heels for a woman and I put her first before myself, I suffer in many different ways, emotionally, physically deteriorating. Oh shit, I need you to call me. I'm going to work out first before I get to you. But that's not me intentionally hurting
What you're explaining to me makes sense, and that's more of a human nature thing, not men are always going to put themselves first thing. Because I would like to think that both men and women make the types of decisions that you just explained, right? Women also have to decide, okay, if I want a career, that those are the women that say, okay, well, I'm not going to get serious. I'm not going to date anybody serious. Or, I'm saying I'm not going to try to get into a relationship because I want to go to school. I want to get my education. I want to have a career. So I'm choosing to do that. And I'm prioritizing that above having a relationship right now, above starting a family right now, or XYZ, right? I feel like if we take it from that particular point, which I don't disagree with that part, then that's not a male issue or a female issue. That's a human issue, right? That means that either of us are capable of being selfish to that extent, if that's what we're talking about, because there are things that you'll have to do, means that would justify the end, right? So that's where I'm like, okay, if she's coming from that perspective, then why are we just saying men? Why are we saying men will always choose themselves first? Because humans will always choose themselves first.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? Like okay, so that's how I'm trying to rationalize it. So that part says, okay, well, you're wrong then, because it's a human issue. It's not a male or female issue. We all do this, right? But then if I come from the perspective of, well, we're talking about in terms of a relationship, right? Because she said a man will always hurt your feelings, right? So we're talking about in the dynamic of a relationship. And she went as far as to give us an example of, even if you're in a relationship and the man is good to you, he's still choosing himself first. You're just benefiting from that. Here's the thing about that, right? We just already had a conversation about why men stay in relationships and are in committed relationships. If that man has his own, can do his own, right? And if he just wants a legacy or a child, he doesn't necessarily have to lock you down, unfortunately, these days, in order to get that, right? So if he's with you, staying with you, and subsequently treating you well, what's his motivation? Is it selfishness or is it love? Because selfishness would have him say, why do I got to keep her?
I don't need her.
Baby, and I can go still continue to date other women and be with other women and do whatever I want to do. Like, why do I have to lock her down? I don't got to do that.
That's a good
You know
point.
what I mean? So selfishness would tell him to do whatever he want to do, and he could still have his kids, and he could still have, he could have a different woman cook up for him every night. He could have a different woman warm in his bed every night if that's what he wants. That's, to me, what selfishness would say. Selfishness would not say, pick this woman, stay with this one woman, and treat her well. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's so many holes in that logic. Like, either it's a human issue and not just males, which would make sense. Okay, I agree. But if we're going to just make it about men and give it the context of being in a relationship, then it's giving cat.
What's good? It's your boy Quay Price, holding it down for Candid Convos. Man, if you enjoyed this video, man, go check out this next one.